Hello everybody, thank you for joining me. I'm going to show you how to make these pretty in pink index cards with 2 pockets. So very easy to make. This first pocket, actually they're pretty long pockets, but so you could fill them up with quite a bit of ephemera or tags or journaling books or whatever, whatever you have on hand. And then here's a pocket right here that I just added a journaling card to. So there's the top pocket, here's the bottom pocket, and then I just decorated it with some lace and some trim, a little butterfly cutout, and then this is just some pattern scrapbooking paper. Okay, made this one exactly the same. Here's a tag, butterfly. This one I did use I made a little pull tab, put on that. And then this one has a dangle charm with a butterfly on it. All right, so they're easy to make. Let me show you the process here. Mine, I'm using 4x6 index cards, and I just I used some watercolor paints and I just dabbed on pink and green on both sides. So one is going to be the back side and one is going to be for the shorter pocket. So the one of them you just leave the way it is, and then the other one you just fold up however high you want your pocket. Okay, so just fold it up like that. So as you can see, easy. And then I'm gonna go ahead and ink up around these edges. And then this is just gonna get glued onto here like this. And then you decorate it. Okay. And then this is gonna go on here. So I'm gonna go ahead and ink around these edges. All right. There we go. All right, from here, this is the front piece. Okay, so all we're gonna do is we're gonna put glue here on this side, and we're gonna put some glue on this side. And that's gonna fold up like that. All right. And then this piece, we're gonna go ahead and put glue on these 3 sides. So 1, 2, 3. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn that over, and we're just gonna put glue here on the bottom, okay, and on the top. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna let that sit a little bit. And then it's just a matter of how you want to decorate it. Okay, so I have a few pieces I'm gonna put on here. So I have some lace that I'm gonna put right here on this pocket. Okay. I should have this cut a little bit shorter so that it doesn't interfere with the opening of that pocket. Okay, so I'm just gonna put some glue on there. Okay, and I'm just gonna tuck that right in there like that. Perfect. Okay, tuck those in there a little bit. All right, there's that. And then I just have some scrapbooking paper that I'm gonna glue in right here. Okay, so I just used scrapbooking paper. I tore around the edges, I inked around the edges, and I'm just gonna put that right there. Okay. I think what I liked about this was the bigger size pockets. Sometimes the pockets are too, sometimes I just feel like they're too small. I love using book pages for pockets, but sometimes I want a larger pocket. So these definitely are larger pockets. Okay, so there's that. Perfect. And then I have this one to go down here, and I did exactly the same thing. Just a piece of scrapbooking paper, and I tore around the edges and then measured it so that it would fit right there on the front of this pocket. All right, there we go. So that's pretty easy, I guess you could say. It doesn't get much easier than that. And then I have this piece. Do I want it here? Yep, I think I want it actually here. Okay, so that trim is a little bit longer than it should or needs to be. So we're gonna go ahead and put, some glue right here so that we can add that trim right there. Okay. Once that dries, then I can cut it right now. All right. There's that. All right. And then I've got some washi tape if I want to put somewhere. Yeah, you just kind of decorate it up however you feel the need to. Those first two that I did were pretty simple as far as decorating. Well, this one's pretty simple too, actually. Yeah, I just did a little flower right there. A butterfly on this one, butterfly, and then that little dangle right there, that charm. So, of course, you can decorate them as fancy as you want, or whatever chooses your liking. Okay, so I'm gonna put some cheesecloth right down here. And then I have a little ticket, and then another butterfly. All right, so that's about as simple as you're gonna get. Of course, like I said, I used 2 index cards that were 4x6, and you can make this bottom pocket, as deep as you want it or as shallow as you want it. Okay, so basically you just put those in there, a little journaling card and a tag, and they're just like that. Again, pretty easy, huh? All right, I hope you like my video, and if you get a chance, could you subscribe? I certainly would appreciate it. It's such a slow, I don't know why it's such a slow going process trying to get subscribers. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but anyways, yeah, there we go. There's all 3 of them. I love pink and green together. Dark pinks and light pinks and gingham. I love gingham. All right. Until the next video, thank you for stopping by.